name is Emma Kurtz, and I approve this message.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Emma Kurtz, and I'm honored to sit here in front of you today as your 2016 presidential candidate. When elected, I plan to work my hardest to make this country the best America it can be. In this speech, I will address some of the issues I believe our country is facing and how I plan on fixing them if put in office. The first topic I will discuss is the environment. The issues we are facing dealing with the environment are, to say the least, a bit frightening. Temperatures have been increasing each year. A few months ago, North Carolina experienced its 6th hottest July on record. Our oceans have been rising at a rate of 0.14 of an inch each year. And while this may not seem like much, it will accumulate quickly. Our oceans will rise, demolishing coastal communities and destroying the lives of thousands of people. We can't ignore the facts. Global warming is happening. And if we don't put a stop to it, it will continue to happen. One way we can help slow down global warming is through the reduction of fossil fuels. By burning fossil fuels, we are increasing the level of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. These gases remain trapped in the atmosphere like prisoners in Alcatraz. The best solution to fix this is to switch to more renewable and safer energy sources, such as wind or solar energy. Now, some may argue that the switch from non-renewable to renewable sources will be a lengthy and difficult process. While this may be true, the benefits of this switch far outweigh the costs. And if we can make the transition to renewable energy within the next decade, we can help preserve our planet for future generations. Currently, the American economy is stagnant, but there is no need to panic. While this may seem upsetting to some, it is important to realize the positive aspects of our economy. For example, the unemployment rate is 4.9%, close to the lowest it has been since 2007. But there is always room to improve. In order to improve our economy, I want to create more jobs to help expand our middle class. These jobs will focus on improving our infrastructure, so opportunities such as repairing or building roads and buildings will be created. In addition, we need to make taxes fair for all people. If you are working in a high-paying job, then it is your duty as an American to pay your fair share of taxes. Keeping our country safe starts with keeping our people healthy. Everyone, no matter their age or socioeconomic status, deserves affordable and accessible health care. The Affordable Care Act allows for all citizens to receive the coverage and care they need. Since 2013, the uninsured rate for American adults has dropped from 17.3% to 10.9%, and more minorities in low-income households are insured than ever before. However, there are some flaws that need to be addressed. Wait times have dramatically increased due to more people being able to afford health care, especially in safety net institutions, resulting in a lower quality of care for the poor. In order to fix this, I propose that unclaimed tax subsidies for the insured be given to the institutions whose quality of care has gone down, especially to safety net institutions in low-income areas. Also, the use it or lose it policy for flexible spending accounts has resulted in people losing an average of 4% of the money in the account each year. It is common sense for the money in these accounts to roll over each year. Lastly, euthanasia and abortion practices are simply unethical. Every human life is valuable, whether sick or unborn. Abortion should only be allowed in emergency circumstances and should be done in a safe and healthy manner, in order for every human life to have the opportunity to achieve greatness in this beautiful country. Education, perhaps the most important aspect in securing the future of our great nation. Education helps prepare the minds of those who will be our next doctors, lawyers, and even future politicians. So if education is so important, why are those providing it paid so poorly? The average salary in 2014 for high school teachers was $56,310 per year. These are the people in charge of changing our future. All the hard work and devotion they demonstrate is deserving of higher pay. To fix this problem, I plan to dedicate a larger portion of our taxes to paying our teachers. If we increase teacher pay, then the teachers will be more inclined to come to work and display a positive attitude in their classrooms. And a positive classroom attitude will encourage our students to come to school and gain the tools necessary for successful integration into the workforce. To all the hardworking teachers, I want you to know that I see all that you are doing and that I will fight for you to receive the pay you deserve. While America has been developing more positive relationships with many minorities, statistics still show unequal opportunities for all people. Only 18% of African Americans and 12% of Hispanics hold a bachelor's degree, a statistic I find unacceptable. Education is the foundation of change, and with such a low percentage of our minorities receiving higher education, it is understandable that change is difficult. I propose we extend a hand of kindness to these individuals in poorer communities and improve their lives by changing what it means to be a teacher. Today, teaching is not held with high enough standard in our society. Our teachers are underpaid, overworked, and the treatment reflects the state of education. We need to change teaching in America to create equal opportunity and better education for the makers and dreamers of tomorrow. We need to stop segregating applications by gender and race, but allow jobs to be blind to these characteristics. Let's change the treatment of minorities in America, starting with our children. Immigration is a very pressing issue with the events unfolding from global countries in need. It is a belief I hold dear that all individuals should be given a chance to contribute to our country, as that is what America itself was founded upon. We are a country built on immigrants. Someone who is willing to leave their life to perform honest work in our great country should have the opportunity to do so. Many people say that all immigrants do is take the money of hardworking Americans, but 60% of all foreign-born Mexicans over 18 are in the labor force, and that number is on the rise. Let's show the world who we are as a country and teach them our American ideas of tolerance, acceptance, and strength. Acceptance and tolerance should be shown when we greet new individuals into our home. Strength is a trait we must show by keeping dangerous individuals who want to hurt our country outside of our borders. While we must be welcoming to new individuals who celebrate our country, we also must reinforce our borders with stronger lines and an increase in patrols. Throughout the years, we have welcomed people of all walks of life in America. We allow practices of different religion and culture, and it is my belief that we should allow practices of consensual marriage, no matter the gender of the couple. While our country is home to almost 280 million Christians spreading preachings of love, there are also many denominations that disagree with the idea of same-sex marriage. While no ideal should be forced on an individual, we must practice separation of church and state, and acceptance to the 3.8% of Americans that love someone of the same gender. As the highly respectable world leader, Pope Francis, put it, "Who am I to judge? America, who are we to judge?" We are so lucky to call this country home. Many can only dream of the opportunities we often take for granted. I believe that we should make an effort to spread American ideals and liberties to other countries, so long as our own growth and well-being are not affected. Promoting peace, prosperity, and the principles of democracy to growing nations is like nurturing a newborn and watching it prosper. If we promote war and the development of weapons, we are essentially asking for violence against our own great nation. Terrorism is one of the greatest dangers our country has ever been faced with. Attacks inspired by or directly conducted by ISIS have occurred on nearly a daily basis around the world in 2016. In America, on June 12, 2016, 49 innocent civilians were shot and killed in an Orlando nightclub, targeted for their sexuality. 49 lights put out far too early. The perpetrator claimed the attack was in vengeance of the death of an ISIS leader. We must make stopping ISIS a priority, training and supplying our troops with the highest quality skills and equipment, and increasing national security within our borders. However, Muslim and terrorists are not at all synonymous, and should not be treated as such. If we give up essential liberty in exchange for temporary safety, we will have neither liberty nor safety. Americans have a right to privacy, and practices such as wiretapping without warrant and stop and frisk strip away that right. America's right to privacy goes hand in hand with their right to safety. Every citizen has the right to protect himself, just as much as every citizen has the right to feel safe from gun violence. There have been too many deaths in our country due to a gun falling into the wrong hands. Sandy Hook, 20 innocent children and 6 courageous teachers killed on a seemingly typical school day by a man with a gun stolen from his mother. Charleston, 9 welcoming worshippers killed during Bible study by a 21-year-old white supremacist with a handgun. And once again, Orlando, 49 innocent lives put to an end on a night meant to be fun and inclusive by an ISIS supporter. While the guns used in the Charleston and Orlando shootings were purchased legally, the people who had bought them had histories of violence and prejudice. With background checks and psychological evaluations when a person purchases a firearm, and renewed every 5 years, these incidences can be avoided. Someone buying a gun for a valid reason, such as hunting or protection of one's family, should have no reason to worry about the results of a background check. Your Second Amendment rights are not being diminished. The Founding Fathers would not want that. However, in order to keep our country safe, I strongly believe our Founding Fathers would agree, We need to keep dangerous weapons out of the hands of potentially dangerous people. Our country has given us so much. It has nurtured us and produced so many great individuals and ideas. As your president, I long to continue the American legacy and make sure our generation's mark on this great nation is one of positivity and improvement. Our country is already great, but we can make it even greater. Together, let's improve our economy. Let's improve the way we treat others. Let's improve how other countries see us. We have proved that, when banded together, we can do anything. So let's remind the world what being American means. Thank you.